Hey, talk about Terrence. How's he doing?
He's not going to practice today. He's still swollen and black and blue. But he's, that stuff's all right. It'll take time. But he'll be fine.
Expect him what?
I don't know yet. We'll see. I don't expect him to start if he doesn't practice today. But I don't know.
Any idea what the normal recovery time is for an injury like that?
It depends. The doctor said he thought he may be able to practice today. He looked at it and said, I keep not another game.
Kyle, what's the challenge in getting young guys to understand that when you're frustrated or pointing things out, even in a 25-point win, that it's about a bigger picture for you as you look at it and getting them to understand that?
I think they know. I mean, I tell them after this wasn't about this game. Dwayne and I were talking this morning, watched our women play, and we have Matthew's such a terrific coach, and those girls are playing, and he's playing those freshmen. He's got to be thinking, and for the next 3 years, we're going to be all right. And Dwayne and I were talking, what puts it back on us, it's like a one-year run. And so there's a sense of urgency that maybe I wouldn't have. I probably have it anyway, but I wouldn't have if it's, okay, next year and then the following year, and boy, that next year we're going to be good. And it's not that's not the case here. I mean, we, in short order, we got to get these guys going, and but again, by the end of the year, we should be fine. We're going to be going into the new year, and we'll have played 5 teams that legitimately top 10 teams. That's not many people are doing that. And no one does it with all freshmen. No one. They wouldn't do it.
We always hear every year a freshman he's played so long that he's pretty much a sophomore. When does that typically happen? What have you seen when that maturity level comes?
Usually it'll be February, March. We get an idea that they're now seasoned enough to go into those kind of games and play the game to win. It's no more showtime. It's not the hardest play I've got to make. I'm not going to stop on defense. I will dive on the floor. I will take a charge. I'm not taking possessions off because I now understand. Usually that's February to March.
Have you seen any of your players take big strides towards that yet?
The one thing I like is that they're listening to what we're saying. We're just, the way we go about this, you got to just keep understanding we got young kids, and it's hard because I'm not looking at them like that. I'm looking at this team. How do I make them better? I'm not saying, well, he's young, he's young. Yeah, no. We raise the bar here. Now, players that come here understand that. You're going to be challenged. It's the hardest place you can go and play basketball. You're not only challenged in practice, you're going to be challenged every game you play. It's someone's Super Bowl. You lose on the road, they storm the court, you have to really cover and run for the locker room. I mean, that's what you bought into coming here. And but I'm not changing. I mean, I raise the bar and make it hard. And the other thing these guys see is results, that the guys that listen and the guys that perform, good things have happened for them. Not only have good things happened for our team, good things have happened for them.
John, you've had to deal with the young team since the one and done rule popped up and all. How much more vital does that make this period in December where you don't have to worry about 20 hours in classes and all that stuff?
Well, what we're doing now is, like yesterday, we practiced twice. We had dinner together, and they're together more. A couple of these guys are starting like a breakfast club. They get up and lift in the morning, 4 or 5 of them. Then they have breakfast together. We're going to practice. We'll have dinner together, and then we'll practice again. I'm going to be out recruiting later tonight. Our practice will be here. The one tonight will be more going over our next opponent and touching up things, and I'll let Rose do that. So, and then we, shoot around and play a game, and the next day we'll go twice, have breakfast, and they're together. It's as much as getting them together all the time. Like, you're not on the phone when we're at dinner. Talk to one another. You're not on the phone. You're with these people. And if you choose not to be with us, that's okay. Now go somewhere else. But if you're going to be with us, when we eat dinner, we're at breakfast, we're with each other. This team doesn't talk enough right now, and it's something that we've got to get with. And bouncing on defense, playing for one another defensively, not saying, okay, my man doesn't have it, I'm stopping. It's all stuff that we got to get going with this group.
Do you have a no cell phone rule?
No, but you're not on it. I mean, I'm not saying But if I see a guy on the phone, I'm like, what are you doing? You know, there's no reason. You want to talk to the phone more than you want to talk to your teammate? Is that person more important than your teammate? Well, then go sit with them. See you. Bye. You don't need to be here. It's all those kind of things. And again, it's new. They've never been taught that way or coached that way. They don't understand what's the big deal. I want to be on my own. Good. Go to bowling. Golf's a good game. Singles, tennis, wrestling. Not bad. But this is a team sport.
What do you still need to see from Duran to get him where you want him to be?
He's just more of a consistent effort, and he's been terrific. Now, let me explain what's happened to him. He did the extra work now. Coming a half hour, 45 minutes, getting conditioning, shooting, and working. Have you seen the results? It isn't that, but that's hard. So if you do what he does, you're going to have that, well, I don't want to do that. I just want the result. It doesn't happen. You have to put in time. That's why I kind of like this breakfast club. See, Michael Jordan did that breakfast club. They met at 6 a.m. They trained, they stretched, they had a personal trainer, and then they ate breakfast, and then they went to practice. And they did it every day, including game days. Breakfast club. So we got like 4 guys doing it right now. Hopefully a couple more guys will step up and start doing the breakfast club. And all it does is, well, why wouldn't you want to do it by yourself? Because we're not bowling, we're not wrestling, and we're not playing tennis. There's a group of us that started building a bond that we're not caving in. We will do this together. So, you know, that's a neat thing that's happening, and that's that next step to us becoming a little better team.
Who started the breakfast club and who's in it?
I'm not going to say who's in it because I don't want to do it, but you know, it's a good group of guys. The guys that you would expect to be in it are in it, and hopefully other guys will join in and do it. And again, it's the same thing. Well, I'll do my own thing by myself. Okay, all right. Now you're a heck of a wrestler. Get in there and wrestle. But this is a team sport. You want to do stuff together.
Any of you young freshmen in that group?
Yeah. Yeah.
Was that your idea to start it?
One of the guys was doing it on his own. Like he was coming in, and what I said was, I talked about, this is something that Michael Jordan did to bring his team together. And what he did was they wanted to win 70-some games. And they wanted to win a championship, and we're going to do more than any other team does. And they won 72 that year and won a championship. But that was Michael saying, we're going to do it. Now, not their whole team didn't do it. There were like 6 of them, 5 of them. But, you know, it's guys that are really, that means you're totally sold in. I'm bought in. I'm in. Let's go. What do I got to do? And again, you know, spending that extra time for young kids is hard. I mean, getting them off a phone, getting them off a computer, you know, all the social networking and media stuff and all the stuff that they do, getting them away from the video games. Think about it. They got all that stuff to do that could help them be a better basketball player.
What if they're reading CoachCal.com?
You know what the crazy stuff is? They probably even read that. I don't even read that. I don't know if I've ever been on the site, okay?
You had to get there?
Press me, I could probably get to.
You stand by every word, right?
Well, if it's not me, they'll put down who said it. And I talk to the guys that do that stuff every day, 3 times a day, but I'm not, you know. And truly, I've never seen my television show, so you understand. I've not watched it. I hear it's pretty good, so not bad. I've never seen it. And obviously, I don't listen to my radio show.
Last question. Can you tell us which was the one guy who started it without giving the rest of their names?
No, it'll start coming out. It'll start coming. It's a neat thing. I mean, I told them between now and January 9th, you're playing basketball, you're eating, and you're sleeping. That's it. You're playing basketball, you're eating, you're sleeping. We may go 4 times a day. You may have breakfast, practice, dinner, practice, and go film at my house. What else? I know the video game, you didn't get to do it today. It's going to help your shooting and your hand and eye quickness. I know. I mean, they don't have anything to do now. Now, they are going to go on break. I always give them Christmas break. I think they need to be with their families and regroup. And we come back and, you know, 2 tough games and we start right in league. I mean, this stuff is on. And Where they are right now, I'll say it again, for a freshman team to be where we are right now is probably farther than they deserve to be, especially defensively. To get freshmen to defend the way we're defending is not normal. Yet offensively, we're just not there. Biggest thing for us is we don't talk. Everybody's kind of wondering how they're playing, and then it's just not pieced together yet. So it's going to take time.
You mentioned listening a couple of times. Is this group any different as far as where they are right now and listening to what they should be listening to, or are they a little different?
They listen to me when I talk, and then they'll go out and do the stuff in practice with an idea of, here, I got to do this. But when we're doing something in practice, they say, all right, here's what we're going to do. You're going to go da-da-da. Michael, I'm happy, last game, came up to me and said, so you want me, grab the board, you want me to go from here to here, that way, weak side, yes, thank you. Now, I had Marcus Camby used to do that. Marcus Camby never left a timeout when I was at UMass that he didn't stop and say, Coach, you're telling me to go here and there, right? Yes, okay. Always did. You got our team right now, whether we walk out of a timeout, it's no telling what they're going to do. I may have called an offensive play and they're set up on defense. I mean, it's like, what were you listening to? Well, they're young kids. They probably never listened in a timeout before. They said, all right, that's fine. Now give me the ball and I'm shooting. I mean, so this is all new experience, but we'll see. Thanks, folks.